Today on our show, we have with us a whole team of individuals from one of our finest local businesses, Dynamic Diesel. And we have, like I said, almost the entire shop here today. So if you need any services, you'll have to give them an hour to get back to the shop to take care of you. But here to discuss some exciting changes at Dynamic Diesel is Melinda Campbell, the owner with Dynamic Diesel. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Mitch.
And with her, also Dwayne Bellamy and Mike Robbins. And Melinda, tell us about some of the changes. They're really exciting, and I couldn't be happier for you.
We are. We're very excited. We have made some really good personnel changes around Dynamic Diesel. And I think most of the city knows that Dwayne was there for some time and had to fall in love with his high school sweetheart and move to Kentucky. But we drug him back, and so now she's going to come and join him here. So Dwayne Bellamy is back, and Mike Robbins has been promoted to shop foreman. And I think at this particular moment, we have probably the most cohesive crew and most talented crew I've ever had in 6 years.
And quite possibly that any business could have in a country. And I'm on the record saying that. It's such a privilege to have you as a part of what we're up to in shifting the paradigm of our community in the automotive industry. From the bottom of my heart, and you have exactly that. You had a great staff. You just increased it and brought it up a notch that other businesses only dream of. So let's talk to Dwayne. And you said that Dwayne has a long history in our community, and we'll get to what it took to get him to come back, because that's a business committed to having that staff, and we'll talk about why you went through those efforts. But Dwayne, welcome to the show. Tell us a little bit about your history in the automotive industry.
Well, I go way back. High school is where I developed an interest in cars. I was a typical gearhead all through high school. Hot rod cars, paychecks all went to the car and cruising money and whatever. Started working with Cadillac dealership in Kentucky. Lived there for quite a while. I was a military kid, so we moved quite a bit. And the move time came up from Kentucky, moved to Colorado Springs, continued with Cadillac dealerships there. Started working with some of the independent dealers. Independent shops. Moved myself to Reno when I was 19 years old in 1970. We won't say. Yeah, well,
you're giving away a little bit of age there. So, yeah. But you're also establishing that you have a long history in the automotive industry.
Yes, I've been involved with cars, trucks, motorcycles, repairs, racing my whole adult life.
A few centuries, close to a half a decade. Yeah. I mean, a few centuries, a few decades, close to a half a century.
Yeah, for a long, long time. And I've worked in a variety of shops here in town, from antique restorations to motorcycle parts and setup to everything. And I came across Dynamic Diesel in 2008. And was offered an opportunity there, and that turned out to just be a dream come true. It is a fantastic job. I love it there.
Well, and I recognize that. We're talking about an organization with core fundamental values that should be a model for other businesses in our country. But as an employee, for you to feel that and to be proud to represent it, it must have taken something very large in your life to occur to get you to leave that.
It did. I reunited with my high school sweetheart from Kentucky. She's an amazing person, and I moved to Kentucky to be with her. And the opportunity came up to come back here and bring her here with me, and it was too good to pass up.
Well, let's talk about that opportunity, because I heard that was more like a horse and lasso routine to get him back.
A little bit of begging there.
Well, you're not too proud to admit that you went through extra efforts to bring him back.
Absolutely.
And what really that means to me, Melinda, is as a business that you really know the core of your business is the people that represent you, and having the right people is how you achieve the level of quality that you put out of your shop on a daily basis.
Yes, I'm very proud of our crew right now. Everybody's working as a team. Everybody's having fun. It's a joy to come to work,
And as a customer to show up there, I mean, everybody's happy to see you too. And one of the other things that's exciting too is, and I've known this individual in our community for a number of years as well, that came to work for you in the last year or so, is now being promoted. So let's talk about that. Mike Robbins.
Yes, Mike has always shown me tremendous talent, and I had my eye on him for that spot for some time, and the opportunity finally, gave itself to me. So we're very happy, and our customers are very happy.
Well, and Mike, you were working as a diesel mechanic in a heavy-duty mechanic for many years, and joined Dynamic Diesel, and now are the shop foreman there. Tell us a little bit about your history in the industry as well.
Well, I started out at small shops, independents, years ago, right out of high school, and I've worked my way up through dealerships and been in various different shops throughout the years. And of all the places I've ever been, working for Dynamic Diesel has definitely been a treat. It is really a treat to come to work, and Kevin and Melinda are top-notch people, some of the best owners I've ever worked with.
Well, and again, this is why they're invited to be a business worthy of our community support on a show where we're asking the community to rally behind quality, and quality products and services fairly priced, too, I'd mention. But what you just said is so true. The quality that goes out of that shop, it really starts with the people, you and Dwayne and the entire crew.
Agreed, absolutely. There's especially lately, there's a very big sense of family at the shop. I don't think we're coworkers. We're all a bunch of friends and family. We work real well together.
Well, you don't see that everywhere. And as a matter of fact, if you're walking into a shop on a regular basis and the employees are just begrudging being at work that day, you might reconsider who you're supporting, because they're telling you already who what it looks like to do business there, if that's what it looks like to work there. And you're describing a completely different environment, which is where the employees are valued and the customer is valued. And that's where a community gets the top services in an environment like that. But what I love is, you said it, is the quality of the owners that you are employed by.
It starts at the top. It's a trickle down effect. The owners are fantastic people. They stand behind their work. We do what we're going to say we're going to do, and it rolls down all the way through to the bottom.
Well, and it starts with, if they assemble the right crew, the work gets done right the first time. They're not making those excuses. They're not having to make the concessions, right, Melinda, where you're having to take care of problems.
That's true. The dreaded 12-mile, 12-second warranty.
Right. Well, that's what you get at most facilities. But you actually stand behind your work, and you can do that
Absolutely.
because you don't have to stand behind it on a regular basis.
Yeah.
No, and this crew I have now, boy, they can all put their heads together and come up with the solutions right the first time.
Well, and we've had Mike on our show before, and he talked some technical stuff, and I want to at least hit on one of the big things right now with the heat wave. You're right. You have a staff of really capable individuals, extraordinary talents, and the problems that other businesses couldn't even dream of fixing get done right at your shop. But the heat wave, Mike, right now, it's got to be taking its toll on people, and especially even the fluids in cars with the heat that these engines operate at.
Absolutely, Mitch. It's this time of year we see a lot of cooling system problems, cooling system repairs, things of that nature. And another big one is air conditioning. Nobody thinks about their air conditioning all winter long until that 100-degree day comes and they jump in the car and it's not working quite right.
Well, one of the misconceptions is, well, my air conditioning is blowing really cold, even colder than it did last year. That could actually indicate there's a problem.
Absolutely.
And the temperatures, I just mentioned the operating temperature. So we're seeing a lot of people, especially with the diesel trucks, which is your specialty. And you do gas trucks, too, as well. I don't want to say that. But one of the big fortes you have is, if you have a diesel truck and you're not taking it here, I probably should refer you to psychiatric counseling right now. But in these trucks, even the big gas engines are towing extraordinary weights in tremendous triple-digit heat. And that's got to take its toll on the degradation of the fluids and oils and their viscosities.
Well, the systems all take their toll year-round, the heat and the cold. We're in a pretty severe climate as far as vehicle maintenance when it comes to that. But when you start hitting the 100-degree temperatures, little problems that may not have gone unnoticed, have may not been seen for quite a while, will start to appear, and they'll usually appear in quite a rapid fashion.
Well, and one of the things I think that we'll both agree on is the best thing somebody can do right now, especially if they're going to throw their motorhome or camper or trailer or boat or RV or anything on the road, is to bring it in for that inspection before they get out there.
Absolutely. A little cheap insurance for your family's vacation trip.
Well,
come on down. Let us take a look at it. We can't, of course, we don't have a crystal ball, but we can take a look at it and make sure that, for the foreseeable future, things should be okay.
Well, and the other thing too is would you recommend this time of the year with the extraordinary temperatures? We don't always have temperatures this high and this damaging and severe every year, but would you suggest some people maybe take a little extra preventative maintenance caution this year?
Absolutely. You know, when you're driving in these high temps, especially if you're towing your boats and your travel trailers, things of that nature, you're taking its toll on your engine oil, your coolant, all your fluids. They're taking its toll. A little extra maintenance goes a long way.
And that's Mike Robbins, Dwayne Bellamy, and Melinda Campbell with Dynamic Diesel. Melinda, how can they get a hold of you?
Yes, we are at 220 Coney Island Drive in the back of the Truckee Meadows Business Park. You can reach us at 359-4477 or on our website, dynamicdieselinc.com.
Once again, thank you for joining us today, and congratulations and welcome back to both of you.
Thank you, Mitch.
Thank you, Mitch.